Hey everybody, this is Peter B. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about Strat baseball. The Strat baseball game was developed in 1961 and it continues to this day, producing card sets of all the present Major League players, and they also produce cards of historical years going way back to the early 1900s. In late January, early February, they normally release the new card sets, and it's told in advance, and hundreds go to Glen Head, New York, where they are, that's their offices, and they wait in line for the doors to open to be one of the first ones to buy this present year cards. They are dice roll, but the cards are very accurate. You get pretty accurate. The longer you play, the more games you play, the more accurate the player's outcome will be. They're all based on last year's cards. So I'm going to show you sets from 2023. Our league just finished our season up in December. So those are the cards issued in 2023. But all the statistics are based on the prior year, 2022. This league I play in, there's 5 of us pretty consistent, well, really consistent. And then we get a 6-person now and then, like they may play for a few years and decide not to, then we get another one in. But we've been playing 5 people probably for the last 10 years. 3 of the guys started playing in college in the early 80s. And the league was formed shortly after their college days. And they play every year, all the way up through, we're going to do it again this year. So these 3 guys have really been playing a lot. I joined the league in 1995. My friend, who was a 6th player, got me in, and I've been playing every year since 1995. Then the 5th guy who plays regularly got in shortly after I did, probably maybe 1999 or 2000, and he's been playing ever since. So it become a good friendship. You can play an electronic version on the computer. You don't even have to be in the same state. You can play against each other, but we prefer to use the old-fashioned cards. It gives us a good time to catch up, drink a couple of beers, smoke a couple of cigars, and try not to get the wives upset. We probably meet twice a month. We start it normally April. We have a number of games you have to play, and also a number of games you have to play against each opponent. And like I said, normally we try to finish up by Thanksgiving, but the last few years has been going into December. We each have a team, although the only really factor that does for us is your home park. The commissioner and the guy who's been in the league the longest since college, one of the 3 since college, loves the New York Yankees. He's a big Yankee fan, so he has the Yankees. And he normally wins. He has most of the season wins, just like the regular New York Yankees do. My team's the Miami Marlins. And we do a draft every year in April. We start fresh with a brand new team. And we just pick. We have a serpentine draft, and we just pick the players. The cards, you're looking at my closer. These are the cards you're not going to see because I'll tell you why. But that was my closer, Daniel Bard. And it's 3 die, one of a different color. So it depends on whether you roll a 1 through 3 or a 4 through 6. You look at the pitcher's card or the hitter's card. And then there's 2 of the same color. So your outcome would be 2 to 12. And you look down the column that coincides with the single die roll. For example, if I rolled a 5-6, I would get a strikeout. Or the strikeout will be the opponent's batter facing me. It's very sophisticated. There's all kinds of charts. There's brawls, stealing, playing the outfield in if it's the last inning. I mean, it's all just about anything you do in baseball, you do in Strat-O-Matic baseball. It's very, very sophisticated game. We play the advanced rules, which means we're always looking at charts, and that's the card, front of the card as you see in here. And then there's the basic rules. A lot of people just use the basic, and we don't do that. The basic is a general left-right batter. It uses the same columns. We use the advanced, so if I'm facing a left-handed batter, the results will be on the blue side, and if I'm facing a right-handed batter, the results will be on the red side. Really fun game. Major leaguer Doug Glanville is a big-time Strat-O-Matic player. He talks about Strat-O-Matic. He's been at the factory in Glen Head many times. He's played in tournaments. He's a big advocate. He's a big advocate of Strat-O-Matic baseball. Doug Glanville. I know he was formerly on the Phillies. I don't know about any other teams. Also said to have played Strat-O-Matic are Kurt Schilling, Keith Hernandez, Lenny Dykstra, and Bob Costas. They're Strat-O-Matic fans. So, this year, it went down to the wire between me and the guy who has the Yankees. We were so close that we had to make a best of 5 game playoff to decide who was the season's winner. And this Yankee guy, I think, has won the last 5 seasons. So I was a little bit ahead of him, percentage-wise, at the end of the year. But he played a little bit more games than me. That's why, it would never be an exact tie. So that's why we call the best of 5 series. And I won the first 3 games, and that was it. So I am this year in my league, or last year, 2023, Strat-O-Matic champ in the league. And we actually have a trophy, and every year he gets a new line engraved who is the winner. So because the season ended in December, we had the Topps holiday cards out. And so I went and ordered off eBay all the players on my team that were available. And these are their Strat-O-Matic cards. And then I'll show you the holiday cards. So my ace was Justin Verlander. And I won't explain what all the things mean. But if you do know and play Strat-O-Matic, this is a good card for a starting pitcher. And that's a good card for a reliever. Second was Sandy Alcantara. I liked him because he is a Miami Marlin. He was the only Miami Marlin on my team. Another good card. You just don't want to roll 4s. This guy had a real great card. Spencer Strider, Atlanta Braves. I used him as my long relief and spot starter. Clayton Kershaw. And he actually turned out to be the best pitcher in my rotation. Kind of surprised me. Brandon Woodruff. Okay, we'll go around the infield. My starting catcher, Adley Rutschman. I platooned at first base, depending if I was facing a left or right-handed pitcher. I also platoon at catcher, but the other catcher, Sean Murphy, doesn't have a holiday card, so that's why I not show him. But against righties, I would play Luis Arias. He is a Miami Marlin as of last year, but in 2022, which is where the stats are from, he was still in Minnesota. So this year's card that will come out in end of January, early February will show him as a Marlin. And against lefties, I would play Nathaniel Lowe. Second base, Marcus Semien. Backup second baseman, Wander Franco. If I was winning by a lot or losing by a lot, I put in Wander Franco, and I'd tell the other team to intentionally throw at him. Probably 3 times out of 10 rolls, you would end up with a brawl. I won't tell you why. If anyone follows baseball, you know why Wander Franco's not the greatest person out there. My shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. This is his last Red Sox card. This year's set, he'll be a Padre. Third base, Alex Bregman. Left field, Andrew Benintendi. Center field, Julio Rodriguez. And notice he's center field 2. That's his range. 1s are better than 2s. 2s are better than 3s. -2 is his throwing arm. A lot of hits go to center field, so the throwing arm does come and play a lot. And his his error is an 8. The lower numbers, the better. But I used him in center field because of that -2 arm. And I had this guy in right field, Mike Trout. Center fielder, same range too as Rodriguez. He only has a -1. So that'll give me a little bit more percentage of throwing a runner out. Though he does have a better E2 versus E8. But I really like arms in center field. Speaking of which, my backup center fielder, Brian Buxton. You can see he's a center field 1. That means he catches everything hit his way. He has a -3 arm, which is better than both of them. So he would be my fill-in if I needed, if someone got an injury and I needed him to play, or he'd be a defensive replacement. And E1. They do have E0s, which means you never make an error, but you don't see many of those. Although, Andrew Benintendi is an E0, so he could never make an error. So anyways, Brian Buxton, my backup center fielder. And I play him against lefties. He got a lot of home runs against lefties. And my designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez. Nice power hitting designated hitter. I would never use him in an outfield because 5 is the worst, which means he probably only gets about 50% of the balls hit his way. He does have an arm, but that 5 is real bad. But he's perfect for a DH. Okay. Don't have the other guys, but they don't have the Topps Holiday. So let me show you the Topps Holiday. Since this is a baseball card channel. Oh, okay. So we got Verlander, Alcantara, Spencer Strider, Brandon Buxton, Clayton Kershaw. Then once again around the infield, Adley Rutschman. I got Luis Arias regular card and Luis Arias silver. Nathaniel Lowe. Marcus Semien. Wander Franco, and he does have the Christmas lights around his neck. Xander Bogaerts. Alex Bregman. Then the outfield, Andrew Benintendi. Julio Rodriguez. Mike Trout, and once again I have the regular and the silver version. Brian Buxton. And my DH, Yordan Alvarez. Now, I did pick up another player in these holiday cards. He's been in my team for many years, although this year, actually those Yankees, who I played for the series, drafted him. But he was normally on my team going back to his Red Sox days. And of all the players out there, he's my favorite player. So I got the Mookie Betts regular card, Christmas card or holiday card with a bow on his butt, the holiday card with a candy cane bat, the Christmas lights around his neck, and the silver card. So, those are my Strat-O-Matic cards. Very proud to be the 2023 champion. And it's a little bit of a lead time to learn how to play, but once you get the rules down, it's a really fun game. And like I said, 3 of us 5 guys been playing since the early 80s. I've been playing since 1995. And the other guy's been playing since around year 2000. And then we get a 6th player that people come and go for the 6th player. But really fun time. Fun time to get together. And like I said, drink some beers, smoke some cigars, talk about life. So that's it. And a little introductory of Strat-O-Matic baseball. Goodbye, everybody.